Hello, everyone.
Hi
Welcome to
everyone,
our
especially to
podcast.
our listeners. I hope everyone is doing good. Welcome to our Filipino Helping Society charity podcast event. I'm Jennifer, one of the volunteers of Help Extenders under the sub-team of Helse Ogbildadehet.
And welcome everyone for this podcast event. And I am Rai, one of the volunteers of the same team, and we are the host for today's podcast. For today's episode, we are going to talk about the March Women's Month special charity event. And this event aims to raise funds for the benefits of women and their children who are currently experiencing life crisis. Um, Situations and primarily those who are residing in a crisis centers or shelters in Norway. FHS also hosted a raffle for a cause program to raise funds for this charity event.
For this event, I would like to welcome our guest, Miss Leslie from Kulturang Noipi, and our FHS President and Vice President. Welcome everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
hi, thank you. Hello, beautiful host.
Hello, welcome to FHS podcast event, Press, VP, and Leslie. And can you please introduce yourselves?
Leslie first.
Leslie first.
Hi everyone. My name is Leslie and I'm from Team Kulturang Noipi.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Eunice. I am known as VP in FHS. I'm the Vice President and I am one of the team advisors of Kultural.
Mhm. And my name is Sally Malayan. I'm the president and founder of FHS and one of the team advisors of Team Health 7 Dead.
Thank you so much, Press, VP, and Miss Leslie. Moving on to our questions about Women's Month charity event. Can you tell us about the charity event and where it was held?
Yeah, I can go first. So, this charity event, like mentioned a while ago, this was actually the product of or the beneficiaries for the fundraising event we had in March for the Women's Month. So we raised funds for the benefit of the women and their children residing in different crisis centers. And yeah, because we've thought of people who are or women who are the most vulnerable group in Norway, and we came up with suggestions from the volunteers that those who are currently residing are in crisis centers are one of the most vulnerable groups. So we've chosen them, and we've had two charity events in relation to that. And one was held on April 13 in Moss and Westfold Crisis Centers. One is situated in Moss and then in Tonsberg, and then the other one was held last April 19 in Romerica Crisis Center, and it was in Siedsmo, Portia. But I think the two may share also their experience about the or yeah, an addition about the charity event.
Yeah, it was a heartwarming experience because just like what the host and Chris said, the event was all about helping women and children who are in need, those who are in the crisis center.
Hmm. And maybe Leslie also would like to share, tell us about the charity event that she participated in. She participated in the first one
Yeah.
on. April 13th.
Yeah, it was since it was we actually have the since it was Women's Month last March, we decided to have the fundraising for the women, specifically for women in crisis, and we wanted to share our proceeds to the people or the women who are in the crisis center in Norge. And to raise the money, we actually had the fundraising. We sold tickets. Each of the groups actually has a task to sell the tickets. And thankfully, it was sold out. And last April 6th, we had a raffle ticket that was, we had a raffle draw ticket that was scared of host Rai, and she'll tell you more about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, yeah. Later, I will tell you about how we do the raffle draw, and yeah, we will tackle it later on. And how was your interaction with the beneficiaries?
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. So our interactions, because it is crisis centered, so it's like a secret. Most of it is a secret. So it was very discreet. So we don't have to take pictures in front of the house or in front of the building of the crisis center, because of course they are protecting those women and those children who are in uh, in crisis. So about the beneficiaries, just like what Press said, we did help the yeah.
Yeah, I think it will be asked later, but we can move it on to that. Yeah, so that we can talk continuously. Yes. Yeah.
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 Since we have already introduced or
Mm.
talked about the beneficiaries. Mm. So who are the
Yeah.
beneficiaries? Yes.
So the
That's the question.
beneficiaries are the crisis center as called, and the crisis center in most regional o Romerica Crisis Center i Scedsmo.
Yeah, actually, these are the partner organizations. The beneficiaries actually are those who are residing there. So, like what you can see here, the purpose is
For the benefits of women and children who are currently experience life crisis situations, primarily those who are residing in the crisis center or shelters in Norway.
Mhm. Yes. Okay.
So, how did you prepare for the event?
Mhm. Yes. I guess here you have talked about it
Yeah.
a while ago with the raffle draw. So I think Miss Leslie and TC Rai may also share their experiences on about the fundraising event, because the fundraising event provided us the funds
The
for
funds
this
for
charity event.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
because as a team member of the Help Extenders, who is the host for this charity event, our team come up with a fundraising program. So we decided to have this uh, raffle for a cause. So we have 2 weeks to sell and yeah, to promote the ticket and promote the charity event. And then we have like 500 tickets. And then we have the raffle draw around April. first week of April, and there's a winners, and we're also happy that the tickets were sold out, and yeah, we had a successful raffle draw before uh, doing the charity event or the donation drive.
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, we can talk about also how we prepared for the actual charity or the donation event. So of course we needed to purchase the materials or the donation, the goods that we are to give. So what I did there was I communicated first why we choose these three crisis centers. We have sent actually emails to different crisis centers and chose the three who replied fastest. So we chose them. And actually, we were targeting first only to provide to one. But we found out that the credit centers, they don't have so much of like place to for their stocks, so they cannot actually receive so much of the donations. So that's why we came up with three, so that we can provide enough for the current needs. And yeah, it was first the Moss, and then yeah, Investful and Romerica who replied to us. So after the raffle draw on April 6th, we have already communicated when we are going to come to these crisis centers, schedule the event, the charity events, and then prepared for the yeah. We shop and then prepared for. I can show you actually some of the photos we had during the preparation. So this was yeah, we went to like a wholesaler uh, boutique or store, and then shop so that we can also that's BP. We can also
Don't emphasize.
and then we prepared like this. This was we have actually um partition equally, so that everyone they have a set of toiletries for the adults, for the women, for the 10 women, 10 adults, and 5 children in each of the crisis center. And we have provided also like a certificate, and I'm not sure if you can read it, but we have written there that we are sending our I would like to we dedicated actually this donation to those women and children in their crisis center, and we are sending also support and also prayers and hope that they'll be in a better situation the next time. So yeah, this was the preparation. Mhm. And yeah, and anything else, Miss BP?
Yeah, actually, the help that I did was like helping uh, press
Mhm.
shop with the shopping of the toiletries and other needs of the beneficiaries,
Mhm.
and because it's a lot, so some shops we
Yeah.
already like sold out.
Yeah, we needed to do it, I think, three times because
Sometimes.
we needed more
Mm,
materials or goods, but it's not enough. Even in the wholesale, it was enough, but
mhm,
we don't have, they don't have the things that all the things that we needed there,
mhm.
so we needed to go to a local
Yeah.
grocery store and then find, but they don't have enough
I
for 10
remember.
adults.
I remember when we were shopping or when we were buying those things. The ansatte eller the
Employees.
employee who is working there is like staring at us, and they're thinking maybe why do they have to buy a lot of those things that is like unusual, like
Yeah.
BP, it's pandemic vibes. It's like panic buying.
It's like hoarding.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like are they a hoarder?
Yeah, but I explained it because I asked one of the employees in the local grocery store. They have extra or they have a refill for these products because we needed more because we're doing donation drive. So that they also understand that we are doing something, yeah, and not just for our personal use. Yeah. Yes. And
Leslie, how
how
did
about
Leslie
how did you
prepare?
prepare for the event, Leslie?
Oh, I actually prepared for myself. Myself. I I was expecting that we are going to go to two places, and I didn't know that it was too far, but it was really fun. So, um, and going there, and yeah, I just prepared for myself and go there really on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good experience for Leslie. It was actually very new to FHS. So
Yeah.
we're happy that she was able to experience that together with another volunteer. Lucy Ray was there, and then Rhea, Lisa was
Oh
there.
yeah,
She's also
yeah. We
Yeah.
have
the
like together with the new batch of the volunteers, so it was nice.
Yeah.
yeah. So I think they had a very good start in
Yeah.
becoming part of the
It was
FHS.
really nice.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what now? What happened to the during the donation drive?
Mm.
How was your
During the
experience, Leslie?
Yeah,
Leslie,
Leslie, yeah, since
Oh,
Leslie.
it was really nice. My experience was really good. It was a fulfilling experience and a fulfilling feeling. And I learned that women in crisis are in Norway or in Norway are protected by the government, and
Mm,
they are actually kept discreet, and the address also was also discreet. VP Eunice was having a hard time, but thankfully we found it. And also learned that we can do it without everyone's help, like from the beginning, I mean, from the start of the event up to the end. So I would like to thank Press about for this successful event, and for VP Eunice for driving us very safe, and to my co-volunteers as well who help out with the event that turned really successful. It was really unforgettable, and I would love to join again if there is one. Hopefully in the future.
mm.
Yes.
yeah, thank you. And I also love to share experience my experience also because in FHS actually this is the first time that we
Mm.
do charity event in Norway, because we usually do
Really,
it
not in
and
Norway.
in
We usually have those who are living in the streets,
yeah,
but in like those centers, it's the
yeah,
first time.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's not like so just like what the PC Rai and Leslie said, that it is a good experience not only by the new volunteers but also for me, because it's not just that we help
Mm.
in crisis center, but also it helped to strengthen the bond of FHS volunteers
Mm.
with the new volunteers and us as the board. So
Mm.
it's like a good refreshing
Mm.
for with the relationship of the volunteers.
Mm.
It's
Yes.
nice that everyone is empowering each others,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
especially the woman in crisis center. It's a
Yeah.
good thing. It's a
Mm.
big help for them.
So that like Leslie also mentioned, we never met the direct beneficiaries because it was very they are protected, and so we were able only to meet those who are working there in the crisis centers, and they are very accommodating, and yeah, very nice and very thankful for all the help. So later on, I think we will show the documentary of the summary video of the events. But I experienced also that they were also surprised that we were there and providing help, and that they were also we were also managed to build network, and especially with the Romerica Crisis Center, they're very open to provide information in English about the crisis centers and what they offer. So there, that's very good that we can inform people who might be in need of the help from them later on. So that was very good, and yeah, we we were able. It was a very quick visit because, like I said, you cannot like stay there and chat with the employees, but it was the time was enough for us to feel that yeah, we both the organization and the crisis center, we were there like for the full support of those who are living there, and it was a very unique experience, I can say.
How about Miss Rai? What have you learned from
Yeah,
the
Miss Rai.
Yeah. Actually, going there to the centers, I don't have much idea about what kind of center it is, but I know it's for like yeah, for the crisis center where there's women and children's were protected, and it's nice and very informative that there's also like this kind of center in Norway that help people who are in the difficult situation, like the for the women and children, that's helping them and protecting them. And it's also nice to talk with the people working in that centers, and it feels like it inspires me to also help and uh, to extend help also with other people with that kind of situation. And it's also a fulfilling feeling with if you're helping people uh, and yeah, and also experience that kind of event. And this is also the first charity event for this year, and also my first experience doing this charity event and in FHS. So I'm also thankful for FHS for this kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
It feels actually like we're just having a tour,
Yeah.
like a film.
But it was a very memorable tour.
Very
Yeah.
So and then yeah, I could just imagine how happy those the recipients of the help, right? So yeah, so I am just very grateful, and it feels rewarding also to be able to extend help. Simple gesture, but it
Means
was
a lot.
it was very heartwarming, like you said, Amalco. Yes.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear from everyone. I'm not there, but that's good to hear from everyone. We have here, I think we have the video, the summary of the event, the charity event that we had.
Uh, yeah, yeah, but I think that would be at the end. I think you guys have one more question for the guest?
I think all was
Yeah.
answered by everyone already,
Mm.
especially
Yeah.
you sharing your experience.
Mhm.
And that
Okay.
was nice. Mhm.
Okay. So this was also, yeah. But anything else? Any more learnings? For example, PC Rai and Leslie would like to add.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
For me, it
Um,
is also nice experience doing the raffle for raffles. It's quite challenging when you don't know much people in Norway, and you have to sell the tickets and promote the
Mm-hmm.
tickets. And yeah, but it was nice also, and yeah, interact with people and try to promote the charity event.
Mm-hmm.
We
um,
only have like 2 weeks to sell all the tickets,
Mm-hmm.
and
It
it
was.
was, yeah, but
It
sold
was
out
not that.
like a few days before the raffle draw.
Yes. And like I told the general meeting in FHS, I saw camaraderie among the teams because I think KN were able to, the team KN was able to sell their tickets very fast. Like they were sold out, and then Nin came after, and then since it's Helsingborg has event actually, so they're given task to sell more 50 more tickets
Yeah.
than the two teams. So
mhm.
it was very challenging, but they were able to sell everything out with the help of OK and Team Nin.
And yeah.
That was very, very nice. Like, this is not a competition who will be selling first or something, but this is, we're talking about same charity event, and we're talking about the same beneficiary. So, all the teams in FHS, the three teams, work together for this to have, yeah, to be able to happen, to sell the tickets out, and we're able to fulfill our goal, and that is to provide help for the women and children in crisis situations. So yeah, it was a very, yeah, that was a very also
It's
remarkable.
challenging, and yeah.
Yeah, challenging at the same time. It was very, yeah, it was a learning experience also, and for me, I was very proud of the volunteers who help each other, despite their, yeah, differences in their teams. So the officers of KN and NIN reach out to the people, the volunteers, and their family, so that the team Helsingborg may sell out their tickets. So it was very, yeah, very nice teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very also thankful with the Kulturang Noipi and Newbie and Norway team for helping us out.
Mm, yes. And yeah, Leslie, do you have any additional? What have you
Um,
learned or
oh
anything?
yeah, sure. So to add on, I'm very new in the organization, and it was a really a very nice start to have that, to be able to participate on that event. And um, I've really seen the helping hand in hand together with all of the teams. And uh, even though I wasn't that involved with the selling of tickets, because
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, but it was really nice to be able to help out, give um on that last April 13, to be able to join with you guys. So it
Mm,
was really nice, and I really learned that AFHS is not just for Filipinos, but for
mm,
all around the world,
mm,
especially. um, for Norway as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because it's not only we help not only Filipinos living in crisis centers, but all,
Yeah.
regardless of their nationality and their background. So we don't know who, because it's very confidential, but
Yeah.
pretty much there are Norwegians there and other other people with minority background. So yeah, that was a very good point. We're able
Mm.
to send out help to anyone, uh, to any women and children who are in that very difficult situation. So yeah, it was, yeah. So it was very fulfilling. Mm.
Or
Mm.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
the first day, right after work,
Mm.
we already started our journey. It was a
Mm.
long journey, but after all that, all the hardships
Yeah.
was paid off because of the smiles of those people there in the crisis center.
Mm.
The employees, they are like what the press mentioned, they are very accommodating,
Mm.
they are very kind and yeah, positive people. So that's why they are really good in their jobs
Mm.
there in the crisis center.
Yeah. So I told them actually all of those I've talked to the employees that they're doing a very important work,
Mm.
and they told us the same, that thank you also that you are doing the things that you are doing. So
Mm.
it was very inspirational for
Mm.
us to continue what we're doing in FHS. And this is only part of the service that we are offering. So it was truly inspiring. That was a very good start and a very good first charity event.
Mm.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be able to pull out more events like this in the future. Mhm.
I think everyone answered and shared their experience already. Thank you, everyone, for sharing the knowledge and the experience that you've encountered with the journey.
Thank
Mm.
you also, beautiful hosts,
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
Jennifer and Rai.
Thank you,
Yes.
Press,
Thank
VP, and Leslie.
thank you
Thank you for joining
also.
our podcast today.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for all who supported this charity event, and for those who bought tickets and everything to make this possible. So I would like to thank also, and thank you for the hosts who were able to give us the opportunity to talk about our
Mm.
experiences at the events.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes, Hada.
bye for now.
Thank you,
Ada.
Thank you.
everyone. And now we can see I think they had the video for the charity event that they've done.
Oh yeah, we would like to share you the video summary of the charity event. So yeah.
Magandang hapon. Jeg heter Silje og jobber her på Romerike krisesenter. Jeg ville bare si tusen takk for gaven vi har fått fra dere. Det betyr mye for de som bor her. Hvordan sier jeg? Magandang.
Salamat sa
tulong. Salamat sa tulong. Salamat sa tulong.
Kjempebra. Clips or pictures from that video summary is from the um, donation drive that we have. So we don't have much video about the preparation, but yeah, it's also not easy to do that documentation during the donation drive because of the confidentiality of the crisis centers. So yeah, it was nice that we were um, able to meet those workers who's working in the crisis center, and they are also welcoming, so they still accommodate us, and yeah. And yeah, again, thank you everyone who helped us for this event, and also the team Kulturang Noipi and Newbie in Norway and Helse Obeldedihet. And thank you, everyone, for joining us in this podcast. And this podcast is a permanent activity of Subteam Help Extenders, and we do the podcast every month.
We would like to invite everyone to tune in to our next podcast. You can watch or listen to us on the FHS official Facebook page. And again, thank you, especially to our guests and to my co-host. Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
sharing
you, Jennifer.
your experience. It's nice to be with you
Yeah,
hosting
thank
this
you.
event. And yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, thank you.